My name's Stuart Haynes, I'm the Managing Director of Trade Chemicals. We started in 2014 predominantly making heating chemicals for heating systems in boilers. We grew very, very quickly over the next few years, moved into this location. We gained real momentum when we started doing pure chemicals such as distilled water, rubbing alcohol, IPA. Obviously the pandemic helped us during that because we already produce rubbing alcohol, but aside from that we produce some very large brands such as Fresh Pet, Pure Chem, and our snow foam range, which is Ultra and Valentissimo. We've got 14 online web stores and we're currently doing in excess of £6 million a year online. We do hundreds of thousands of products and we shift out probably 6 Arctics a day now. So we're 10 years into Trade Chemicals. We've grown substantially. We now have in excess of 50 staff and we've had to move over to things such as scanners and barcode scanners to try and keep everything working in the business without silly mistakes happening, such as accessories not being sent out with items and things. The space I'm stood in right now is as big as we were at day one, and now we're 300 times bigger than that. Currently with construction going on to double in size and to cope with the orders that we've got, which is a lot, and the systems we brought in, like I said, they've helped. They have really, really helped, especially with new staff. When a new staff member comes in and they can beep something and it shows them a picture of what they need to pick, job done. That's almost like a member of staff showing them what they should be doing. We're kind of old school. We started as old school, and moving into the new things is hard because not only do we manufacture the products, but we bottle them, we label them, we do all the labelling in-house, we do all the design in-house, all of our web stores are handled in-house, all the customer services are handled in-house, and we don't use separate dispatch companies. We have our own dispatch system which is used in-house, so these systems tie in perfectly for us. Our name is Trade Chemicals. That's how we started. We used to supply items just to the trade. We do now deal with trade, but we're quite finicky who we deal with. We don't really have resellers because it's our brands. Our biggest trade customers are the likes of Amazon. We don't just sell through Amazon, we actually do manufacture for them. We manufacture for people such as supermarkets without mentioning any names. We do some of the larger groups. Our products are through B&Q, the range. Plans for the future for us. So each of our brands at the moment are getting their own web store. Trade Chemicals as a company, we make too many products as a group. Nothing is called Trade Chemicals. Everything has its own name. So therefore, our pet disinfectant is now on petdisinfectant.co.uk. Our distilled water is on puredistilledwater.co.uk. So that people are finding the actual products they want. They'll see the master site, which is Trade Chemicals, as the manufacturer, which is what we are, but we're just trying to separate everything off. So it's a little bit easier to manage, not just for us, but to be found online. We've just opened Trade Chemicals International, which is over in Southern Ireland, and that's because we're going into Europe. Now, we have been in Europe before, that we just pulled back a bit because Brexit caused all the couriers not to be able to manage what they were doing. So like many British manufacturers, we just pulled back because it was costing too much for paperwork. Now we're ready to go back in, and some of our ranges like Fresh Pet are going into 5 European countries later on this year. And at that point, that should significantly see a growth, hence the huge new filling machine that we're just installing. That will probably quadruple our filling speed.